This is Pastor John Winkleman here at Grace Church of Lockford, reading our Grace Mail weekly devotional. In Matthew 15, verses 1 through 6, he recounts a confrontation that Jesus had with the Pharisees over tradition versus the commandments of God. The Pharisees are upset that Jesus' followers break their traditions, but Jesus responds by pointing out how some of their traditions directly violate the commandments of God. And it is after this confrontation that Jesus says what we're going to consider today. And the point of this confrontation is our title for this week and also for next week. And so our title is God Wants Your Heart. And this is going to be part 1. God Wants Your Heart, part 1, Matthew 15, verses 7 and 8, which reads, "Hypocrites, well did Isaiah prophesy about you, saying, 'These people draw near to me with their mouth and honor me with their lips, but their heart is far from me.'" Now, a hypocrite is someone who says one thing and does something else, does the opposite. This is exactly what Jesus has revealed that the Pharisees are doing. They claim to follow God and His Word, and yet they break His commandments. How would someone draw near with their mouth? What is Isaiah and now Jesus talking about here? To answer this, we go back to the book of Exodus. And in chapter 19, verse 8, the Israelites declare that they will do everything that God has said. In chapters 20 to 31, we are given the instructions of God to Moses. And then in chapter 24, they confirm the covenant. In chapter 32, we find the next event in the narrative. So we have in chapter 19, they say they're going to do everything that God said. Chapter 24, they confirm the covenant. And then the next event is here in chapter 32. And in this chapter, the people rebel. They make an idol, what we call the golden calf. This is lip service, right? They have said that they would obey, but at the very first opportunity, they turn away from God. The Pharisees here in Matthew are doing the same thing. They profess allegiance to God, but they deny Him by their actions. What will our story look like? In Christianity right now, there are many who claim to know Christ. They sing worship songs, they talk about Jesus, but they don't obey Him. They draw near with their mouth, they honor Him with their lips, however, their heart is not with Him. Notice the description. They draw near. Have you ever heard someone talk about you as if you were their best friend, but you're not? That's what is being described. They draw near in speech, but it is a farce. They revere and they lift up God vocally, but they don't trust Him. They don't really believe in His power. Their heart is not with Him. God cares more about our heart than He does about outward conformity. He wants your heart. He wants my heart. Draw near to Him, seek Him, pursue Him with a whole heart, and the actions will follow. God doesn't want a bunch of fakers. He wants men and women who will give Him their hearts. And so let's take up the challenge to not be guilty of outward conformity, but to give God our hearts. May God bless you and give you a wonderful day. Thank you for watching.